Congresswoman LaMonica McIver made her first court appearance today since the Trump Justice Department charged her with assault over that scrum outside a Newark ICE facility. McIver was released on her own recognizance. Hours later, a different judge slammed the same Justice Department officials for the, quote, embarrassing retraction of charges against Newark Mayor Ras Baraka in the same incident. The judge scolded the assistant U.S. attorney for the, quote, worrisome misstep in Baraka's case, saying, your role is not to secure convictions at all costs, nor to satisfy public clamor, nor to advance political agendas. Democratic Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman of New Jersey joins us now. She was at that Newark ICE facility with Congresswoman McIver, Mayor Baraka, and my brother, Rob Menendez.
Welcome, Congresswoman.
Welcome.
I just have a quick question because I like my colleagues looked at the video, various angles and different ways of looking at it. Here's the part that I find intriguing. So you wait an hour and a half. They know you're coming. They know you're members of Congress.
They did not know we were coming, but they knew when we were there.
They knew when you got there. So you wait a good bit of time. Mm-hmm. Then they come out. There's this scrum. But then you go and you take the tour anyway. So at what point did you become so much less violent that they're going to walk you through the facility and share with you the information that you came originally to seek? Because usually in those situations when they're not set up, which this was, by the way, right? It's obvious it was set up in my humble opinion. You would then not allow those individuals into the facility. If you were causing so much ruckus and damage, if you were body slamming law enforcement officers or pushing them and acting aggressive towards them, at that moment they will arrest you. But that was not the point. That was not the point. What do you think the point was?
I'd like to know. I know it was a scary moment. We were there waiting. We were inside of the holding facility, and they kept delaying us. We were asking to go on the tour. They kept delaying us. And so they kept saying somebody else's name. Well, we have got to talk to this person. We got to talk to that person. We got to talk to Ms. Perez. So then they said, Ms. Perez is here. And I'm like, oh, good. Now we can start the tour. And all of a sudden, a number of new people with Ms. Perez came into the area where we were sitting and waiting. And then all of a sudden, without saying anything, they ran outside. So we went to see what was happening. And at that time, the mayor was inside of the gate talking to the officers. He had been invited in to speak to them because we were going to do our tour, and then we were going to report out what we found. But we had invited the mayor to come and talk with us after the tour, because he's so concerned about the conditions of the
Because he was not going to be a part of the tour itself, but he was going to be there after the tour.
Right, yeah. And so we went out there. They told the mayor when we got up close to him, you are trespassing. You have to leave or you will be arrested. He left. He went outside the gate with people who were standing there, just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. We're going back to the facility thinking, okay, now we're going to have our tour. On the way back, we hear, okay, we're going to arrest the mayor. We're like, why? For what? And then all of a sudden, more than a dozen, masked, fatigued, stuff all across their, chests, guns in their pockets, started rushing towards the gate where the mayor was on the outside of the gate on public property. And so we went out there also, basically to kind of stand near him because we were scared. We didn't understand why they were doing this. And so we were afraid for his safety.
But you surrounded him in that fear. And I think in that surrounding is where now the Alina Habba and the federal government is saying that you all are incorrectly were trying to do your oversight. I mean, this is Tom Homan last hour with our colleague Ari Melber on the beat.
We do oversight visits all the time. Do it the right way. Contact guys, go through the screening, enter the facility, and see anything you want to see. But what they did is force their way into the facility, refuse to leave when asked to leave, And the Congresswoman, she put hands on an ICE officer.
All right, so
She
you're
crossed the
jumping to her.
line.
I just know this gentleman, hearing him on many occasions, stating the facts as he wants them to be. He is not telling the truth. We didn't force our way in. They knew who we were. We did not have to introduce ourselves. We do that on purpose so that we can see the conditions of the facilities so they don't get to clean it up. As it was, delaying us for over an hour and a half, they were doing some cleaning. They were doing some cleaning, and it was obvious because there were dust and dirt balls at various places on the floors.
So has your attorney met yet with the AG's office?
No. He had an appointment on Wednesday. He had an appointment. No, he had one on Tuesday, I think one on Wednesday. Both have been pushed back. We don't know when he's going to meet with them now.
Can I ask you a question? It is a very dangerous time for lawmakers, and we've seen an increase in threats against lawmakers. Since this incident, have you seen an increase in threats against you?
Oh, my God. Last evening, I was talking to one of my staffers out of the New Jersey office. And he was so upset, I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, he had listened to such vile conversations, and 3 of which were referred to police for threat assessments. But mostly they were just calling me all kinds of names, and I told him, I said, look, this is part of the job. We experience this from time to time. As long as they're not threatening to do anything, they're going to call me anything they want to call me. And I'm sorry that you got to be exposed to it, but this is what's happening now.
Can I just say, as a and maybe as a millennial Black woman, I feel very unsettled about this, about the whole scene and the videos that unfolded, about the charging of Congresswoman McIver, because it seems as though that the government is, I think that they are using the federal government, the White House, Alina Habba, Donald Trump, they are using the Congresswoman as this is a test case. This is an opening salvo, if you will. And if we allow them to do this to LaMonica McIver, that means they will do it to any other member of Congress, any governor.
Exactly.
If the people did not raise their voices about Ras Baraka, the mayor of Newark, they'll do it to any other mayor. And I mean, they're currently investigating Brandon Johnson in Chicago right now under a civil rights violation.
Yep.
I'm using quotes. I feel as though she's being punished for speaking up, and then you've got people in the government saying, oh, well, her conduct was unprofessional. When I just saw Kristi Noem not even be able to describe what habeas corpus is.
You also have Republicans running for governor in our dear state of New Jersey who are saying the same.
Right.
So we know what times we're in. This president has divided us. He has taken real opportunity to bring out the nasty in us. He has defined legal versus illegal, depending upon what he's doing. He has given corruption another dimension, and he's allowed that to trickle down into all of his folks that work for him. And so what we experienced was a weaponization of law enforcement, giving them the okay to do this assault upon the mayor, who was doing nothing, absolutely nothing, and to get into a very tight space with us and creating fear among us. And the only thing I kept hearing Monica say, get your hands off me, get your hands off me, stop touching me, don't touch me, don't touch her. You know, being very protective of the mayor and me and herself. So we know that these charges are ridiculous. We know that this is just intimidation. If they can do it to members of Congress that they knew were members of Congress. We were not strangers to them. If they could do it to the mayor of the largest city in the state of New Jersey, they can do it to everyone and anyone. And we know that they're doing things to everyday people trying to go about their lives. And so this is a time for people to wake up. The mayor would not have been released the night he was released, but for the fact that people kept coming over to the facility and protesting.
Congresswoman Bonnie Watson-Coleman, you were with us on that night.
Outside.
It is such an honor to
That's
have you
right.
here
That's
again
right.
today.
That's
Thank
right.
you.